Lately, rapper killings have become all too frequent, reflecting a long-standing issue where rappers often find themselves the targets of gunfire. Some have died, while others have survived. For instance, 50 Cent famously survived 9 gunshot wounds. The artist spent 2 weeks in the hospital and required over a year to fully recover, spending 5 months reliant on crutches. The shooter was killed just 3 weeks after this incident. Another notable incident involved 21 Savage, who in 2013 went to a drug deal that turned violent. Both he and his best friend Johnny were shot during the transaction. Savage survived 6 bullets while Johnny died after 2 wounds. Following this tragedy, Savage shared in interviews that he harbored thoughts of death, feeling it would have been fairer had he died alongside his friend. These examples illustrate instances where rappers have survived, but this video will focus on the killers of popular rappers whose music resonated with millions globally. We start with the legendary Tupac Shakur. For a long time, the identity of his shooter remained a mystery. At the age of 25, he was gunned down in Las Vegas during an East Coast-West Coast rapper feud. For over 2 decades, the killer's identity remained unknown as the police failed to crack the case. Among the hip-hop community, several theories circulated, frequently pointing to Orlando Anderson, a Crips gang member who had been beaten on that fateful night by Shakur's entourage. This theory became entrenched in the minds of many and was confirmed when Anderson's own uncle, who was in the car with him at the time of the murder, named him. Anderson himself was no longer a threat, having been killed in a shootout in 1998. Next, we turn to King Von, who was tragically killed in 2020 at just 26 years old. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution reported that police arrested 22-year-old Timothy Leaks, suspected of the murder of the Chicago rapper. Notably, the suspect also sustained a gunshot wound and was undergoing treatment. Right after the shooting, another prominent artist, Quando Rondo, posted a video on Instagram showing him rushing Leaks to the hospital and urging him to keep breathing. Quando Rondo released a new track, End of Story, where he claims self-defense and expresses support for his accused friend. The title references King Von's popular song series, Crazy Story. Von owned the rights to all his tracks, so after his death, the revenues from his music went to his children and family. He was known for his loyalty. Upon earning his first $100,000, he immediately shared it with his friends. Billie Jean. Another heartbreaking loss in 2020 was the death of Pop Smoke. On February 19th, he accidentally revealed his address in an Instagram story, and within hours, assailants arrived and fatally shot the rapper. This was confirmed as a deliberate attack after reviewing video surveillance, which showed that nothing was taken from his Hollywood Hills home where the crime occurred. 4 individuals were charged with the rapper's murder. 19-year-old Corey Walker and 18-year-old Keandre Rogers face charges, with 2 minors, aged 15 and 17, also charged but unnamed due to their age. The adults face life imprisonment without parole if convicted, with prosecutors later deciding whether to seek the death penalty. One of the alleged killers even broadcasted on Instagram Live, seemingly unconcerned about his future.
Shout out to Xxxtentacion. Fucking rap niggas. Hustle man a shooter, that's a fact, nigga.
Before we proceed, let's introduce Nipsey Hussle, lest anyone consider skipping this part. He was a significant figure in the rap industry, regarded as a hero in his community. He owned his recording label and music rights, amassed 1.8 billion music streams in a year, 2 posthumous Grammys, and became a global icon, partly due to his investments in tech projects for underprivileged youth. Nipsey Hussle was part of the local gang, the Rolling 60s Crips. His music narrated the harsh realities of the streets where he grew up and the gang culture that shaped him. He once posted that having strong enemies was a blessing. Tragically, he was murdered half an hour later. In April 2019, 29-year-old Eric Holder was arrested by police, charged with Nipsey's murder. NBC Los Angeles reported that Holder and Hussle had once been close friends. Police revealed that Holder and Hussle had several conversations outside Hussle's store on the day of the murder before Holder returned and opened fire.
Throw your hands in the air if you's a true player.
It would be remiss not to mention the notorious B.I.G in this context, although there is no definitive proof of who orchestrated his murder. The most prevalent theory suggests that Suge Knight was behind the killing, seeking revenge for Tupac Shakur's death. While imprisoned, Knight allegedly orchestrated the murder plan through his wife. Los Angeles police detective Greg Kading, who spent 3 years on a gang task force that included the Wallace case, contends that rapper was shot by Wardell Poochie Faust, a member of the Pyru gang and an associate of Knight. Faust was killed on July 24, 2003, after being shot in the back while riding a motorcycle in New York. B.I.G was killed on March 9, 1997.
I bet you was your mess, ayy. Can't keep my dick in my pants, ayy. My bitch don't love me no more.
The last on our list is Xxxtentacion. He was murdered on June 18, 2018, while choosing a motorcycle at a local dealership. The prime suspect is 24-year-old Dedrick Williams, a man with a troubled past. Prior to his arrest, he had been pursued by police for cocaine possession, domestic violence, assault, and illegal weapon possession. It's suspected that the gun used to kill Xxxtentacion might also have been illegally obtained by his uncle. Xxxtentacion's sister believes that his murder was orchestrated by someone close to him and has stated that she was forbidden from visiting his grave. 4 individuals, Dedrick Williams, Michael Boatwright, Trayvon Newsom, and Robert Allen, have been charged with his murder, but Ariana remains convinced that someone close to her brother must have been involved. Among his acquaintances, someone knew where he would be and the exact time he would leave the dealership, allowing the killers to time their arrival perfectly. This was clearly a setup. Now, Ariana is urging the 4 accused to reveal the truth about who among her brother's inner circle could have provided this information. I want the person who gave the information or spoke to one of the murderers or someone they contacted to plan his murder to face trial. This is what investigators should be pursuing. These words may be corroborated by upcoming court documents that suggest the alleged killer of Xxxtentacion had spoken with him on the phone. According to court reports, a CD recording of their conversation has been added as evidence in the case. The year of the call is unknown. There is speculation that this individual might be Dedrick Williams, who was acquainted with Xxxtentacion, cousin, and knew Kodak Black, another close friend of the victim. Details are scarce online as of this writing, but all this lends further weight to the theory that Josa Onfroy's murder was a contract killing. Williams is desperate to leave prison, struggling with the pressure from fellow inmates. He claims he has a daughter waiting for him, but that concerns no one now, as he must face the consequences of his actions. Justice must prevail. Several hearings are yet to come, and I hope the criminals will receive what they deserve. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, and see you all soon.